All right, ladies and gents, there it is. We're back into this. I'm just going to bring up the screens again. This is the second battle of round 2. This one is, of course, Chimera versus Chimera. So Holden Chimera versus Chimera Legion. And we're just waiting for the game to be set up here. Let's bring it across to primary screen capture. So you can see there, they're just doing a setup. They're on Hill 400 at the moment. So once it actually switches across to the correct match, then we'll know we're good to go. A little bit of a sexy little intro there. I hope you're enjoying those. It does get a bit jerky though. I've got to work on that. So we've had a bit of a switch out in the panel. Whiskey Man is still with us. Welcome back, Whiskey.
Hello, Noppers. Hello, everyone.
And thank you very much for joining me again for the second one, mate. That was a great battle, that first round, so I'm looking forward to another good one here. And Brad from AAS, who just played in that last battle, and we were fortunate enough to follow him a few times when he was running around with the satchel out, or when he ran in front of a tiger tank, or pretty much just any time you were running you died, Brad. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much, and every single time you appeared to be right on top of me, which is a little bit embarrassing, but hey, it is what it is.
I want to say that your team is stitching you up, mate, and they told me to follow you because you're a bit of a clown, but that's not true. But still, it sounds funny. I'm sure you'll make the highlight reel once or twice as your body parts go in two different directions. Hey, Brad's a guest here for the panel for this one, and so I welcome you, mate. Thank you very much for coming and supporting this community event. And we'll start with you, because Whiskey and I have probably talked too much already. Tell me about that first match, mate, and tell me, look, you know, 'cause there's a delay here, so we can talk open and honest about it. Congratulations to three para for that win. But, geez, NRD, you guys were in it right up until the very last second. There was nothing in it at the end there. Tell me about it. How did it go for you, Brad?
A lot of the time it was just constant. As everyone who was probably watching got to see, every garrison that was put down, every OP for us was flashing hot. I guarantee it would have been the same for them. We were trying to do a hell of a lot more sector control and keep it up nice and tight, which obviously failed for us a little bit there, but it was just hair raising. On that north side where I was for 3/4 of the match, like, it was just rough. It was constant. We were finding OPs and garrisons left, right, and center. And with their initial push and securing through there, it was just rough. Obviously, they wrapped around the south and then pulled their funky business, whatever they did with that first tank. But it is what it is. It was a good match. It was tight, and it was well played. I really do have to take my hat off to them. I thought we had that in the bag.
Yeah, and yeah, look, we knew it was always going to turn backwards and forwards onto the point. But what it came down to, I think a lot of that was garrison placement and management. The thing for me that really won the game at the end for 3 para was the fact that they had just enough garrisons at the right time to be able to slap a spawn wave north where, ironically, NRD had been throwing people in left, right and centre from. Well, now it came down to 3 para doing that, and that was what gave them that clinching moment. So although your bombing run came through and wiped out their southern spawn wave, their northern spawn was able to still come in. When all those guys south died, they spawned in north, surged the point. They threw a bombing run over you, which wiped out half of your guys, and you just didn't have enough momentum, and your guys were too far away to spawn in. And that's what did it. Both teams, I think, had really good garrison placement. Once they got to it, a little bit sluggish off the blocks there for some of them, but that was good. Brett, I also want to talk to you about well, actually, lurking in the background here, Putang, I'm going to call you in on this one, mate, if you've got your mic on still.
I certainly do.
Yeah, and Putang, of course, is our co-streamer on this. He's streaming on his channel, and also he'll be doing Sunday nights when I'm not available. I'll be on tomorrow night, but Poo's very handy on the side here, helping with a lot of other crap as well, including those lovely splash screens for clans. Putang, I want to talk about, just quickly, because you're here in the channel, that AT gun at the start, we were impressed. Whiskey, you were impressed, yeah?
Yeah, it was very good, yep.
Tell me about that strategy, Putang.
So we timed the trucks getting to point, and we, as USA, got there 16 seconds earlier than them. So we figured us getting an AT gun down there would possibly be able to stop that first rush of soldiers getting onto point, and also take a tank if it came up the main road.
Yep, all right, I'm just going to hold that there. It's a good thought process in the conversation, because we've come up with the map now. They've loaded the game. I better get myself into a squad, or otherwise I'll miss the battle, won't I? So they've got us into the game, and it's checkpoint. It's absolutely checkpoint, and oh gosh, this is going to be a very different battle than what we just saw. Let's start with you, Brad, because you haven't given us a comment on which was your preferred point to fight over. What do you know about checkpoint, mate?
Checkpoint, it's more of the scrappy ones. So we got the opportunity to practice with it and actually play checkpoint. It's a bit more free-flowing, which to me is more of my playstyle and is the one of which I'd rather. There's more avenues to control the variables that you've got. There's stronger points up north. There's the field down south, which as you control those, you control the cap itself. You push and extend a little bit further in the north, you cut off MSRs, you cut off supplies, and then you pretty well push the rest of their attack to come north-south entirely, or just everyone to funnel in between the south and the north directly into the back, where it's just a run over. You get an easy, predictable approach, and that's what you can deal with.
And we talked about that on Wednesday night. These MSRs, as you've said, they're the lines of supply as we come in, just indicating them on the map, backwards and forwards. Yeah, I'm just looking in the comments too, Brad. Amit Hazar, poor Brad, he got toasted. So there was your first death just come up on the stream, mate.
Beautiful. I hope somebody clips in. That'll really make my night for me.
Perfect timing. There's got a lot of clips coming out of that one. Absolutely. Okay, so we've got some move markers around the place here from Chimera. I'm looking at I'm on the Axis squad, and I'm looking at the Chimera Legion guys. So they've got, let's have a quick look at their list here. A lot of familiar faces there, a lot of familiar names, of course. Rogue Trooper, I never expect to see him anywhere but Recon, and there he is. They've actually put their names are roles, I'm guessing. Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, I'd be interested to hear from Chimera Legion actually why they renamed themselves like that. And then, of course, the Holden Chimera over the other side there, they're in it. Lots of familiar names as well there. So checkpoint it is. We talked about these MSRs. That one there I've just indicated. But the main area I'm looking at, and Whiskey, I'll get you to comment on this, please. The main area I'm looking at is that Echo 6 Fox 6 area. Down the bottom of that, those two fences I talked about the other night. I'm just going to zoom in on it now. The match is about to start. The preload has finished. The time is up. There's 43 minutes to go, basically. Talk to me, Whiskey, about that northern approach to checkpoint, please.
Yeah, obviously that's going to be very important because it's basically the only approach you've got to checkpoint with buildings and a lot of cover. There's a lot of concealment to the south and the east and west checkpoint, but there's not much physical cover, so to speak. So that northern area, whoever holds that's going to be key. All
right, so I'm just looking at what Chimera Legion, so we're Legion and Commodore, that's what we'll call them, I think. So Legion are bringing in a truck full, pretty much, of people and a supply truck straight behind it. And then there's a truck north taking that north area, and their tank, not sure what sort of tank it is. I'll just have a quick look down the map edge here. Where am I looking for it? Oh, miles out of place. Here we go. That is a Panzer IV. Okay, talk to me about the other side. Whiskey, what have we got coming in?
So we've got an M4A1 down in G8, so they're taking map edge. We've got a good spread of transport trucks along the west.
I've just got them in shot now, mate. I've got them in shot now. Yes, absolutely.
So they've got a good spread here. The starting garrisons are up straight away. They're lacking a few people in the cap sector right now, though. They seem to be having a lot of people on cemetery at the minute, so they might be setting up for the retake. I'm not sure. As I say that, they've just got a good couple of squads straight on point.
All right, there's a bloodbath here now. There's people everywhere. There's absolutely people everywhere. In every direction I can see, there's orange and blue. The blues are getting cut down a bit. I think they've got enough orange there, so the Commodore guys are just overwhelming the Legion guys a little bit. But the Legion own that north area, and I think that's going to be telling. That's my opinion. I'll leave it as that. I can see the tank down the bottom there. The two tanks are coming straight at each other. Literally straight at each other. There's the Panzer IV's shot and missed. He's missed. No way he's missed. Oh, there we go. Straight up the face. That's there. He's hit it that time, but that tank is going to kill that Panzer IV. We've got to just see that happen. There it goes. The Panzer IV's down. The Legion guys are spreading around, circusing, probably a little bit of that too. Circling the point here. They are capping it because they've got the numbers here. Orange, the Commodore guys are in there. Have they got any OPs up at the back there, Whiskey? Can you see anything?
We've got 3 OPs, so there's one on point. We've got one to the northeast of point, and we've got one on that main road to the south of point, where there's a common area for OPs and Garys.
Brett, I'm looking up the north now, just for your awareness, mate. That area we were just talking about with Whiskey. And, that tank is now coming.
That was a good tank shell. That was a good tank shell.
And Goat Index is going, you know what? I'm still running out there. I don't care. That was a great tank shell, actually, because Legion have dominated this north area. Let's have a bit of a look up the top here quickly and what's going on up the north further up. So I'm seeing someone run around the back here. That is Historian. He's a bit early. 70 years, mate, then you can write about this stuff. Rogue Trooper running around the back here. I write my own jokes too, just saying. Rogue Trooper running around the back here doing what Rogue Trooper does, which is just annoy the shit out of the enemy. We've got Night Owl. He's in here trying to snipe. See how they're using... See how Commodore are using that supply route, and Night Owl can't really get good shots on him. So if I scoot down here to where I'm talking about, he might be able to pick one or two off if they're silly enough to be running up top. Shazza, I'm looking at you. Yep, there you go. Shazza got shot because he was running out on the north side of the trench. McFly and Jacob, however, perfectly safe running in here. McFly's even putting his OP up in that trench line. That main supply route is so critical for this game because they can come along here uncontested, and it takes the enemy a requirement for the enemy to actually come and cut this off, which Legion are trying to do, and they are dominating that north area, and it's just enough that they're able to pressure into this middle. So where I'm referring to is the north of the checkpoint, where Mike's squad Fuzzled is actually pushing in from his OP in to dominate the supply line for Commodore. And when they do that, it means that the other team members from Legion can hold the buildings where the checkpoint is, whilst the spare Legion forces can push out and start cutting off lines of supply. Brad, is that something that you would look at for this map? What did NRD look at for this particular point, mate? Because I filmed your battle the other night.
So for our sort of sign into this, and what I'd like to see here is a bit more of an extension in the north from either side. So either Commodore pushing forward or the other Chimera actually pushing out to the edge of the triangle just behind that trench line. That house there allows you to see over the back of the pack, over the back of the cap, over the rows, and pretty well up to the tank. You can MG up in there. You've cut off any supply into the rear.
Which house is that, mate?
Okay, so there is the trench line that is just in a little triangle just off the north-hand side. You got like the V of that. And it's right on the left, just by that little triangle intersection in E6. Right there in that house. That is one of the best spots you could stick an MG right here.
Right.
You've got to look over the majority of checkpoint, and you just cut them off from behind. You can spot any OPs, you can spot any movement forward and from, and spot from garrisons there. It's just something that gives everything away. It's something that's overlooked that makes that north sector very, very powerful.
Just looking at that now, and that's absolutely a good spot there. And then we've got up to the north here. I've got Aussie Boy. He's up in a building up north, and it looks like Commodore is actually coming back here in the north. They've pressed out whoever was up there, and whoever's up there doesn't seem to be respawning. So I've got Hanno, I can see. Monty and Lupus from Commodore are coming through. Got Bearded. Who's Bearded? Bearded something. Bearded Bread. All right, so they've pushed in up north, and they're covering that now, and so they've taken that area, and we might see... There you go. So because of that push, and then their push in from the east as well, they're starting to try and take the point. The checkpoint is starting to just gradually turn here. Little piece, there it is. It's turning again. So they've got that dominance, and a part of that has to come in from this north capture. Whiskey... We talk about now what would you do? What's your next step? So 10 minutes has passed in this battle. I'm seeing a bunch of garrisons for Legion, but a lot of them are a fair way out. They're at least one grid square away from the checkpoint. I'm not seeing anything up in the city, but that's a pretty hard contested area up here. What are we looking at on Commodore's side for Gary placement? And as such, what would you do from here for them to try and capture?
So there's only one flanking Gary, which is basically just off middle of E6 there. It looks like Historian's playing sort of a recon garrison establishing role in the back lines. They've got a good spread of OPs though, and they've got a very good push going here. They've got a good spread. They're pushing in a line. They're starting to take foothold in the north as well, and they've basically got a squad on point now. So they're doing pretty much everything right from this side of things. They just need to win the gunfights.
Speaking of gunfights, we just watched Keltith kill 3 people in a row here. Keltith, known for camping in the grass. He actually even made a comment, "I'm playing tonight, Noppers.
Oh, there he is.
Look for me in the fields." And yeah, he's just taken 4 out now. And he's got 3 more. Those 3 guys will be coming in. He's smart enough now to relocate. He's just taken their OP out. He's now cut down somebody, the Muggins or something, the Mugens. All right, he's got Shagger on the other side of the fence. God, this is like a whorehouse, this game. So he's just trying to bandage. Oh, he's got a mate that's giving him some fire support there. He's ripped apart old mate there on the fence line. Shagger's been shagged royally by a tank, I'm assuming. Yes, it was. It was gangbang. It's gangbang in a tank. He screwed Shagger. You couldn't script this stuff. You really couldn't. Okay, let's have a look. There's a bombing run. Whose is that? What's going on there?
That's from the Chimera Commodore side. That was a good bombing run. That's basically wiped out all but 2 of the Legion guys on point. So this is the US's time to seize this point now and push in.
All right, we'll stop following Keltith because he's just lurking in the bushes again. I did see that bombing run from the creek angle. Desvolt is just up here trying to take out Swiftshaw. I'm not sure what they're fighting over here. There's only an OP. Let's see what happens there. There's a grenade. That's a great grenade. Took him down. That's the end of that. This looks like Commodore's going to take the point here. There's a bit of a surge coming in from the southwest. So it is a fort contest at the moment. Swiftshaw's up the north here. He has got no support with him. Dawnlight's in there at the back. Blackjack's coming in around as well. We've got a couple of the Commodore guys on the point. Shazza, Jacob, McFly, Lambertron, they're all in there. But the numbers are balancing here, and I think, Legion's starting to take it back. They surged quick enough. They surged from their garrison to the southwest. So if Commodore's going to take this, they need to get rid of that, Gary. That's the key. And, of course, there's a lovely big tank parked fat, dumb and happy down the south. It's a Tiger tank. It's not stupid enough to go all the way forward into those bocage, hopefully. The gunner needs a bit of work.
Just on that, Noppers, I think we're going to see our first heavy tank battle probably in about a minute or so. That 76, even though this Tiger's not marked on the map, I'm pretty sure that 76 knows where it is. So it's making a beeline for it along map edge here. It's currently about to cross G8 into F8.
Just watching it. It just got marked. So they just marked it up. They put about 50 markers in that spot down there.
So these 2 are about to engage each other. Surely they'll be able to see each other very soon.
And from memory, is the lightning bolt assault, or is it, what class is that?
It is, yeah, that's assault. Yeah.
All right,
so if it's got a satchel, it can take a tank out.
Yeah, so there's one guy just got mown down. He was trying to take out that tank. There's another guy with a lightning bolt. He's either going to go for the tank or the city. I'm not sure which. That Sherman is now parked. Is that a Sherman?
Yeah, that's 76. It's got the first hit off, so it should kill this Tiger here.
We're watching that now. We're watching it. 3, 2, 1, and here it is. Yep, there we go. So you're absolutely right. He who shoots first wins, or she who shoots first wins. I've got supplies going in up north here. I can see that's Legion trying to get a garrison north.
Just went down. They managed to get that 76 with AT. So both heavies are down now.
That AT guy. Where did Flip come from?
He came through the bush, through the dead grass there. He snuck his way in.
Gosh, what you said earlier about, and on Wednesday night about that area, mate, being a AT playground, there it is. Muggins is about to shoot someone in the back. Nope, that guy got away. Who's winning the cap race here? It's kind of neck and neck at the moment, although I think Commodore have got more here. Brad, talk to me. We'll have a look up into the city area now, mate, while I'm keeping an eye on this cap point, which Commodore are working. Is there anything exciting happening at Echo 6, Fox 6 on the Commodore side? Because there doesn't seem to be any Legion players there anymore. Fuzzled's there.
Absolutely nothing. Like, there's a recon that looks like it's pushed forward down one of the MSRs, but that's pretty well it. So there's really only presence in E6 just down the road. I'm not overly expecting much from this, unfortunately. Because of the stuff up with the cam privileges, I'm basically running off map and something else that we've got going on here, so I'm missing things? Probably. I'd expect to see more of a presence up north, like especially with those sightlines that you've got, like an MG, a recon, even just a rifleman up there as the Americans could probably halt 3/4 of anything that's coming in.
There's nothing there at the moment. I've got a bombing run I can hear coming in. I'm assuming that is, that's the Legion one. It's not going to take... it's not going to take anybody out, really. They're all in buildings. They dominate the point now. Commodore have taken it. They've got the point. There's 30 minutes to go. I'm seeing all the comments, by the way, from everybody. The other game has just finished on the stream. Someone, I love that comment. Don't know why I paid for a full seat when I was on the edge of it for the whole time. That is a great comment. And I'm really pleased to see that everyone enjoyed it, so that's good. What we're seeing here, though, is there's a bit of to and fro on checkpoint as the capture point here. The Commodore guys have pushed Legion out. All right, so let's talk Whiskey. What do Legion need to do to get back here? And I'm going to say, first of all, they need to get somebody up the front, up the north here, which they are finally starting to do, but nobody that can spawn anything at the moment. What else do they need to do, Whiskey?
Well, I think they've sort of cut off their areas. The US here have taken control of E6 now. They had a Gary there before, but they've sort of been in that whole area, so it's stopping the Legion side getting into the north. They're actually stopping them before they're getting there. So they need to clear that sector out first, and they need to take hold of the north. They're trying to surge here from open fields in E7. There's a big presence here at the minute, but they need to clear that northern area needs to come out first.
Yeah, but the trouble is, okay, so whilst it's a bit open field, and yes, they're going to get shot at from the right, although, hey, look, these guys, the Legion guys do have the skills of being able to shoot pretty well. I know that. They're bastards for that. They're really accurate. I hate them. They're able to approach at least to that building where Shagger is. Oh, that was a satchel, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that was a satchel. It didn't take many out, to be honest.
But it took enough out. Shagger was in the building, so he's out of there now. No one's left. That was an AT gun, actually, that blew up. I'm wondering if Commodore actually put down that satchel on that AT gun and killed their own guy in the building. That's quite possible. So that's opened up Legion being able to get into that building now. At least... yeah, go on.
What the US looks like they're doing here, though, they know they're trying to push through the front door, so they're moving that attack they're moving their players from E6, and they're starting to push south, so they're going to attack them from two angles here to try and kill that attack.
We've got Fuzzled, who's one of our panel members. He was trying to affect something up north, and he's failed and he lost his OP, so he's now spawned way, way up, and he's running back in from that really far out northern Gary. There's not enough Garys close enough to checkpoint here. Legion have got Garys way too far back, but he's trying to affect something there. But again, this northern approach now is dominated by one team, and they're not doing anything with it, though. They're just kind of dominating the area and not moving people forward and south. So Swiftshaw should be heading down this line here where he was before. Aussie boys up on the top there shooting rockets in. Oh, that's a pretty good rocket, actually. I've got everybody sending supplies down south. I'm not really sure why, because there's actually no infantry down here at all. So what are they thinking they're going to do down there? So Poke Me Hard is now taking out these supplies that have just fallen in. There they go. Night Owl was trying to get around behind. He didn't succeed. They'll know there's supplies down there. The Tiger Tank's back on the field, and it's back in its spot, and it's looking now. It's only looking at where that Sherman came from. It's turning around.
And as you say that Sherman's coming from the exact same spot again. So they're gonna battle again in the exact same spot.
It's like this is a Bart Simpson moment. This is a Bart Simpson moment. And he's got Poke Me Hard is the same AT guy down there as well, I'm pretty sure, who's about to shoot the target in the side with an AT rocket, I would guess. Well, no, he doesn't look like he's doing anything, so he might have a satchel. So this Tiger, the Tiger's playing a little bit smarter. It's hiding behind the bush. There's a transport truck. No, that's a supply truck heading south. It's whipping around the back there, probably putting up some... Yeah, okay, so that's the commander at the back there. There's the Sherman running along map edge, I can see.
So I think he's about to go out of bounds, I think, to try and flank him.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly legit.
It's a good spot. There's a good spot there. You can actually sneak out of bounds.
Where are we? We're just... Oh, he's right on the line. Yeah, he's a fair way.
I thought maybe he was going to go into that wheat field and keep cutting back in, but he's just taken just the map edge there.
Let's have a look.
What he's done here is the gunner's got the turret facing exactly where they know that tank is, which is smart, so you can get the first shot off on the move.
I'm assuming it's marked on the map for the Commodore guys, so it's this tank's watching it. They've got 3 in here, so the commander's hat should be working overtime in spotting stuff. It's stopped now. It's kind of looking at, I guess, where that Tiger is. That Tiger's starting to face towards it. There's the AT. That's the shot.
There's the first shot.
That's the first shot. The Tiger tank has no idea it's here. He's strafing infantry. That's the second. That didn't do anything much. There it is. It blew up. All right, so there it is.
Bounced. That was actually a satchel, I think, on it.
I think so, because it didn't blow up.
That second shot bounced. So one of the Chimera Commodore guys managed to get a satchel on it by the looks.
So how did they manage to bounce at the front? Brad, do you do much tanking?
I have done in other games, not so much in this.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning the ropes as it comes to dealing with. I just know front on with the Tiger, you pretty well good luck unless you're in a 76.
Yeah, and that's a key point there. The Commodore guys here are now dominating down south. The Legion guys haven't been able to get back in. Is that an airhead I'm seeing up north?
That's supplies. That's US supplies.
Right, that's supplies. All right, so they're dropping in. There's a garrison here. It's locked. It's screwed. They're not going to get...
So the US lost their E6 Gary. I'm guessing it got taken down. So they're just re-establishing that to keep their northern foothold. Yeah, I've got
a garrison here. Someone's running near it, and I can't see who that might be. That's locking out. Well, it's in the red zone, so it could be anyone nearby, I guess. Oh yeah, it's the Wolf. The Wolf's up here. Hey, Wolf, how you going, mate? The Wolf's up here. He's doing the lockout on that Gary, and he probably doesn't even know he's doing it because it's a fair way away and it's in the red zone. I'd still like to see another garrison at Echo 6, keypad 1. I think that's a great spot for one to run in across there and then defend it. That's what Fuzz should be doing, is getting the Gary up there and then moving his OP forward of it. So if he loses the OP, he could at least spawn in on the Gary a lot closer. They're not... Legion aren't taking it back. We've got 23 minutes left in this battle. It's a little bit sluggish at the moment. Commodore are holding the point quite well. Legion's attack seems to be a little bit flat. Brad, any thoughts on that, mate?
It's more or less just now trying to recommand the flanks on it. As I said before, the attack now needs to look at shifting pretty well fully north to south to start having any engagement and covering concealment back in. With how far they've pushed off checkpoint, everything's just bogging down, everything's slowing down. They've just lost a heavy tank, the 76 has captured the south. This is exactly what I said needed to be done before to really command the point and to really hold on to it. So it's just hats off from the US side here, absolutely loving what they're doing, and it's showing how strong these 2 points actually are to hold.
Just a reminder to everyone there, the Legion guys are the Axis players and the Holden guys or the Commodore guys are the Allied players. So what Brad's talking about there, of course, is the Commodore guys. Can be confusing when we're talking Chimera and Chimera. There's a really interesting spread of troops now, which I wasn't expecting, and they seem to have done it very quickly. We've got Rogue Trooper at the back there at Golf 7 trying to take out supplies and Garys and things like that. And I think he's succeeded at that. And he's also marking up tanks and stuff down the bottom here. We've got a push from the south. Again, I wasn't expecting that, but a well-placed OP. The trouble is they're a bit exposed to the right-hand side there. Aussie Boy is showing that you can get shot at. Goat Index is gone full Rambo in the middle of the field, so we might put him up for the Rambo award for this round. We'll see if anyone else is brave enough to Rambo it up for me. That push seems to have stalled there, but they've got an OP in close, and that's good. Rogue and his sniper, a Night Owl, are at the back there trying to snipe into the back of the point, and they're succeeding, I think, because we're now starting to see the Commodore guys get thinned out a little bit. They're definitely spread out on the point, although they just had a really good spawn wave, of course, on this annoying Gary for the Legion guys. Annoying Gary right in the back of that building. When you're going to drop a bombing run, that's where you want to put it through, is in that area there. So, and Shaz is throwing up his OP in the bushes as well. They've spawned in quick enough, and that's a good defensive push. But there are enough coming in. Do you think the momentum's shifting here? That's my question for you, lads.
just, I was about to say, I don't think it's shifting. I think they're holding him. But I was just about to say, the Legion needs to try something different. And as I'm saying that, your fellow panel member, Fuzzled, has actually done what I would have suggested you do. He's starting to push through F6. He's gone real deep now. So I'm dare say he's going to try and get an OP up and get some people onto that, and then try and flank them from the northeast. So if he can get an OP down here and he can get a few people on it, double box, get a garrison up, they've got a really good flanking opportunity there.
Yeah, he was trying to do that earlier, but he was going flat along that line at the bottom of the 6th row, and they weren't. It wasn't successful because the Commodore guys were dominating enough. And there is a lot of fixation on checkpoint in both teams here. Holy shit, there's a lot of Commodore guys in that building. But the point is very heavily contested. There's a bombing run coming in now. Is this bombing run going to take out that Gary? That's the critical thing, and I think it will. Let's try and watch this now. Poke me hard, you better run, mate, because that's not going to end well for you.
It should do.
There it is. Gary's down.
The thing is, they've still got 4 OPs on point though, so they should be able to get that Gary back up within 5 seconds.
I'm just looking at Shaz's very sneaky OP here. Was just outside of that bombing run, and now his squad's spawning in quite nicely to contest the point. But there is a turn here. There is a definite turn. There's a tank coming in. What's that? That's a Panzer IV that's on the point now. Legion's got the upper hand here. They're really starting to push through. Fuzz is up the back there. He's dominating the north. Someone else is dominating the north with him. That's spherical. But where are the garrisons up there? There's not a single garrison getting placed up there. It's all just about checkpoint. They're all coming. Here's the counter-bombing run now. They're going to throw it straight over the point. There we go. Half that lot just got wiped out. Oh, that was brutal. I see he's going to take his own... No, he's working around. So they're around the back. We've got a couple coming in on checkpoint. We've got... Oh, the Legion guys are up in the point and they're holding it. But they've lost their southern garrison, of course. That's south of checkpoint. Are there any Garys? Where's the nearest Gary for Commodore, mate?
So there's a garrison in E6 still. We've got one in G7 and there's one in F8. So they've got a spread around, but nothing on checkpoint. But it seems Legion took that. We talk about flanks and all that sort of stuff. They took that just with brute grinding, and they've just come straight through the front door with that bombing run.
Sorry, we had a couple of guys up north there that came in as well that helped. They did that nice push south. They've lost their OPs south. Oh, maybe they've moved them. That was Echo Squad. Echo Squad did really well down south. They have lost Rogue Trooper and Co at the back. Here's Commodore, though, coming in from the northwest, trying to counter the push. The point's sort of being capped. It's almost back in Legion's hands. It's taken them 30 minutes or 25. There's an airhead coming in now. That's a Commodore airhead, but it's absolutely covered by spherical.
That'll disappear. So as soon as you cap, your airheads disappear. So unfortunately, because they cap checkpoint, that airhead's gone straight away.
Oh, that's a fatal mistake there by who was that? Who's the bloody commander of that squad? Tell me who's the commander of Commodore.
It's Obi. It's Obi on the Commodore side.
That's a mistake there. So he's wasted hundreds of points and an airhead on just the fact that his boys couldn't hold the point. So the cap was gone. So they threw the dice. It was a failed dice. I guess you had to throw the dice there to try and hold it. There's only 17 minutes left. But if we looked at that other game, Bread, what can happen in 17 minutes, mate?
Well, as you saw, everything extending out to OT. And with the look that's coming in now and the pressure that they're hitting hard with the South, anything can go. We don't know what's going to happen with the Jumbo that's coming in. Where's the Tiger? Where's the next heavy tank battle going to come? It's just absolutely anything, especially on checkpoint, because of how strong the key points on the flanks are to hold. Anything can happen. Yeah, they just pushed off. They just ground through. They used bodies and treated it as if it was Stalingrad and pushed through and got the cap. But look at what's coming through now.
The old Stalingrad battle plan. You got to love it. The old AIF, now Chimera Legion guys, are well and truly known for being very, very good at pushing and pushing hard. They didn't have as much success last week against OC, but certainly this time around they've successfully pushed Commodore out of this checkpoint. I just was watching a really good push from the southwest from Commodore now. We've got Das, McFly, Vegan, Brain died. Browser, I've played plenty of games with Browser. He's a good player. Monty's in that building you were talking about before there, Bread. Is this... What do they need to do here from this southwest push? What would Commodore need to do right now?
Right now, I think Commodore would have to start enveloping more so towards the east. Sorry, just completely break down the western side of the point. Re-establish some forward stuff and open up everything for the tank that's coming in.
Yep.
From looking at everything now that I've got in front of me, we need some red zone garrisons. We need to start establishing some full team spawns and just give us the ability to keep getting numbers back down. I don't see any double boxing that's going on. I don't see any supply trucks being run up. They're going for a risky drop. There's nothing really too much. So securing spawns to keep this momentum and keep this pressure is what needs to be done. And that's coming straight from what happened to us at the church nigh on an hour ago. We didn't support our pushes properly with OPs and garrisons. When we did, we didn't have them down and enough down at the right time that our stuff just started to flounder. And when we did, it started to work. So that's what I would like to see. And that's exactly what I think needs to be done. And as I'm saying that, they're pulling it out of the hat right now. They've pushed off checkpoint and started to secure everything up.
Yeah, and just watching down south there, a really, really, really good push. Remember those supplies that got taken out earlier down south? The 2 sets dropped and only one actually was successful. Well, the one that was successful was Commodore, and they've managed to push in a whole bunch of troops from the south. Whilst, however, Keltith is leading the counterattack. He knows this is a pretty big stress point down here, because we talk about that line of supply along the, what is it here, about the Echo 8 area. And you can see on the map, there's lots of markers that were in there about infantry and threats down there. And that's what Commodore have done. They've actually cut off this line of supply down here. Danny, I just noticed that your raid has appeared on our stream. Excellent, mate. For those that have just joined on that stream, as I've said before, Putang is in the channel with us listening. So, Putang, let's throw to you, mate, and you tell me what you would do now. Well, let's pick a side. Let's pick Legion, who were holding the point, but they're about to lose it. What do you got to do to secure it again?
Ooh, it's a tough question then, Offers.
Well, I would have given it the whiskey then if I knew it was tough.
Well, look, they've done a really good job at taking this point back, the old Holden team. They've actually come in from behind and they've brute forced through, but as I'm saying that, they've actually got a big spawn wave coming in from the old Legion team. What I do here, you need to get you guys back onto the point. Use this creep to your advantage and get some OPs down for you guys, because at the moment they're relying on one garrison and it's not good. Kind of reiterating what Breed said, they're not backing their push.
Something fascinating going on right now. Das, although he died, he's put a satchel right next to Maximus on the side of the building. And this might be the satchel of the game here, because that's going to absolutely rip to shreds the Legion guys. They have not seen it, and they won't see it either. 2 of them just ran straight past it. And the Commodore guys, of course, have backed way the hell off. There it is. That's that building gone. Everybody in it just died. Alfie's like, oh, fuck, what just happened? So, but they've got a good machine gun up there. You know what? Steve just saved that, because he's covering that street from the north side with a machine gun. But we've got now Shazza and Broken Mind coming in from the north. Keltith's trying to defend that. There's a tank somewhere. There's a Tiger tank around there that has AT coming up behind it. There was a Sherman at some stage. I see there's a Hulk, burnt out Hulk there now. I'm guessing that was the Sherman. Legion have managed to hold this. 12 minutes to go. We've got spawn points up north. Fuzz and Maximus are still holding that north area. Someone's built an anti-tank gun on the street. I don't remember that happening. That looks like it was Commodore that had built an anti-tank gun up on the street, but they haven't been able to hold that point, of course, because the Legion guys have been doing that. It's fascinating, though, to watch the fact that Commodore own the west side of the map, Legion own the east side of the map, and it's opposite to where their team sides are. It's... I don't know. I just find that really interesting.
Oh, what a satchel.
What was that? Where was that satchel?
On
that
the
was
house again.
On the house, right in the middle of point. That was a good satchel.
There's 2 people left. So still that machine gunner. Somebody give this guy a box of ammo. He's going to need it. Let's clip through the wall and see what it looks like from his point of view. Look at that. Oh, what a great spot. Great spot there. Look at that field of view. It's not huge, but it's enough to cover that arc that you want to try and run in from there between Jacob and Ozzy. No one's getting across there. And now he's switching around. Lovely movement there. And now he's covering out to the left-hand side of the building. So he must have really good comms in there with his team. Who's it with? Who's he with? That's Steve. Yeah, okay, so Deuce Volt is there on the left. Alfie's there as well. And Dad will be talking and telling him, hey, mate, switch the MG left, switch right or whatever. That's working very, very well for him because it's stopping the Commodore guys from actually coming in and taking this building. They've satcheled it once, probably twice, I'm not really sure. Let's go into Aussie Boy. Aussie Boy's trying to kill him now. He should be able to hit him, but he's not. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, that was a... Don't even know what got him, but he's dead, and it was an awkward death. Let's just leave that as it is too.
So Das managed to satchel that tiger. The crew tried to get out to kill him, and he killed both of them. So that tiger's about to go down.
Right, scene. There we go. So the old jump out into the live environment kind of tank stuff. Does that work? I mean,
if you've got a 3-man crew and your spotter's good, if your spotter's your commander with the SMG and he gets out and he knows where the guy is, you can it's a good tactic. The only problem is sometimes the tank will throw you out at weird spots, so you're a bit disorientated. So you got to try and spot them straight away.
I've not seen one single incident so far where someone's jumped out of a tank and it's been successful in 4 battles, so 5 battles. Oh, Kelth's just got nailed by Historian. Mab's got him back. There we go. So Legion are finally covering the back of the point here, and they've taken out all but McFly. They've got the point held. There's 9 minutes left to go. Their half track is locked. There's still a spawn wave coming in down south there for whoever that is. I don't know. Actually, I've got to look at them closer, don't I? So Muggins, Shagger, I'm Kirby, and Browser are all coming in down south on that spawn point.
We've got a garrison down there in F8, which is obviously locked because Legion are too close, but they've just got the 1 OP there. Fox Squad's got the 1 OP.
Righto, there we go. So just flipping back up to north, something just blew up here. I'm assuming that was the AT gun. Yes, it was, absolutely. Someone's up in the streets. That's Swift Shore. I don't know where he's going at the moment, but he should be pushing in from the north to try and set something up. Hey, Whiskey, talk me through where the Commodore attack is at the moment. Like they're sort of all spread out.
It got stemmed. It got stemmed a lot before Legion took hold of both sides of checkpoint. They've managed to get a Gary up north again in E6 in that same spot. They've got 2 OPs to the south and 1 to the north, and they've got a big spawn wave coming off that main road to the east, where the 76. So they're using this 76 to push down with it, which is smart. They're pushing down this main road and using it for cover.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I've got people messaging me in Discord. I thought it might be something bad, but it's like, oh, did we win? I couldn't watch it. It's like, oh. All right, so let's have a look here. The Legion guys have cut off an attack that was just coming in around that Juliet tank marker that I'm showing people on the screen. The point is slowly turning. There's 7 minutes 30 to go. Anyone's match. Do you want to try and call it now? Who would you call Brett? Who do you think's going to win this?
Honestly, I'd have to give it to Commodore. With the way they've retaken the point a couple of times and what's coming, I've just hands down got to put it to them. Okay,
cool. What about you, Whiskey? Do you think Commodore's got it?
Saying that, Legion's just got a big spawn wave off. If they can get that Gary on point and keep that tank alive, I think they'll get it. But just as I said that, Blackjack's laying into that tank with rockets.
Right, okay, so Putang, who do you think's going to win this one? 7 minutes to go, mate.
I am backing Legion.
All right, so the panel is a bit all over the place there. We don't really know, to be honest. It's another tight battle. Wow, hasn't the competition really ramped up since last week? So these battles are phenomenal at the moment. There's just some great work going on, some really great play. I'm going to just zoom in here. There's another spawn wave from Legion. That tank's right on the point. It's just cut that spawn wave down. That might be a critical moment there. There we go.
That was a key moment right there. They need to push in now. They've just killed the garrison and a whole spawn wave. This is their opportunity.
That's it. And we're just seeing that it's flickering still. It's still flickering. We've got Mugshot, Penguins, and Thork are in that tank, and they're pushed onto the point. I'm just having a look to see if there's another tank coming in from anywhere. Where's the Tiger? There's no other tanks coming in at the moment from... no, there it is. Sorry, I tell you. Gangbang's coming in to give that a red-hot go from the south. Here's a bombing run as well. That's a Commodore bombing run, isn't it?
It is, yep. That's a US bombing run.
And it's hit nothing.
So
it's hit nothing. All those guys there at the southwest of the point, nobody got hit.
they need to keep this 76 alive. If they can do that, they can take this point back, because it's got a foothold on the road now, and it's just hammering that western side buildings that Legion's going to try and push through.
I'm going to focus on this 76. It's having a game-changing effect at the moment.
Yeah.
There is a Tiger down south. Can that Tiger... Oh, that Tiger's actually coming in there behind Dawnlight, if I look at what I'm watching on the map. There it is.
I don't think he's going to have sight lines to that 76, so he's going to have to play it smart here and try and creep up very slowly.
Yeah, is he marked? Is that tank marked? That is the question. There's a satchel on the point, and that's taken out all of the Legion guys that were left there on that right side of the road. I'm looking from the north, of course. On the left side, there's still some guys in the building. The tank, the 76, is absolutely watching straight south. Is it marked, though, Whiskey?
The Tiger, is it? No.
Oh, and there goes the 76!
He managed to thread the needle between a bush and a house there. That was smart play by
That is absolute game-changing again. Does that Tiger manage to save the match here? There's a bombing run right over it as well. What's that? It's only hitting me at the moment in the camera. That's not actually hit anybody either. So two pretty terrible bombing runs in the last dying minutes of this match. But that Tiger is now the game-changing moment. He's got infantry behind him. He needs some infantry support. We've got supplies dropping on the point now. There's an airhead dropping in on the point for Legion as well. There's supplies dropping anywhere. The Tiger's spun around and is shooting south where those spawn waves are coming in. We've got infantry all over the place. Legion are taking the point back because they've managed to surge enough on that left side there. The Tiger's getting rockets up the arse. I think that one missed. I can't quite tell. That's a long rocket shot, though. He's a bit unlucky, but it is a long rocket shot. Here's another rocket. That's landed short as well, so that Tiger's now uncontested. He's got two squad leaders on his side. The Tiger is now the game-changing vehicle at the moment. There's an airhead back here that Goat Index is trying. No, the airhead's gone. That airhead's been taken out as well. So the commander's in there. He's a bit too late to protect his airhead. He's got plenty of troops on the point here. 3 minutes 30 to go, roughly, because I started a few seconds late. This is going to be super tight. Again, if we end up having it where it's not fully capped by time, we're going to have an overtime period. But I think Legion have got the numbers here. Having said that, they've got Shagger crawling in behind him. Oh, no, he's been seen as well, so he's down. There's a northwest push as well. Legion have got some numbers on that. Brett, talk me through what's going to happen here now. Are Commodore going to be able to push in from the north with enough forces?
I think so. Like, we've got something that's coming in. They're further off to the west of the cap itself. They're coming in behind. They're getting straight onto the resupply route, straight into the point. There might be something that's lucky enough to come up. But as it looks like it's just been counted straight off the get-go. So I think not. I think Legion might actually have this. Even though there's a good spawn ways up north, there's not enough here to support it and recounter.
They just got chewed up by Woody, who's dominating north. That spawn that came in, there were 6 of them, and all 6 are dead. Poke Me Hard and Wolf are up north. And I sound like a fucking horse race caller. Poke Me Hard and Wolf. All right, well, Dr. Evil's coming around the outside now. 200 to go. So that Tiger, the Tiger is the dominant piece. Is there another tank coming in? I'm interested in that.
There's a recon rolling up through F7 right now, but that's not going to do anything, unfortunately, against that Tiger. I think that is GG, and it goes to the Legion at this rate. 2:14 left. Big spawn wave up north still. There's that recon tank coming in, trying to affect something at the back here. I mean, he's not going to do anything. He's killing a few of the Legion guys, though, so that's what they're trying to get here. But the Legion guys have about 15 people on the point right now, and that's where you want them. There's a spawn wave south just came in for Commodore. They've got 4 with Rogue Trooper trying to deal with that down the bottom here. The recon tank's driven. Where's it gone? It went through the point. Literally drove straight through. The Tiger, right under its barrel and straight out the back end of the point. Just have a little bit of fun. What's
it doing? Where's it going, boys? Oh, it's got stuck in a ditch. Oh, that's unlucky. Oh, it's shooting the ditch in anger. That's no good at all. 1 minute 20 to go. There's a spawn wave up north still. There's just a little bit of thinning of the Legion guys on the point here. But they do have the numbers, I think. They've got the spawns. We've got a garrison on point. We've got a half-track at the back. That was a great half-track move there. A garrison behind that to back up that half-track. We've got people coming in from everywhere. Go for it.
Okay, so the amazing play here, what I've just realised, is that recon was probably sent balls to the wall through the cap to pop any OP it could come across. All it's doing is driving around the back. They're just running amok. They're just going for OPs, trying to reduce those spawns.
Not a terrible play. Someone's dropping supplies or something at the back. Way too late for that to be in effect. 50 seconds to go. No, wait. That is GG. That is absolutely GG, ladies and gents. We have a winner here, and it is Legion. Legion have held out against one of the most brutal attacks. And I'm watching the recon vehicle is now right up, face on to the Tiger tank. Go and fuck it. Shoot me then. Give it a go. That is a brilliant, brilliant match yet again. What a great way to play. Whiskey, thoughts, mate? Have a chat about that.
Yeah, that was a good match, good back and forward there. But that, I think that play at the end, that Tiger showing patience and killing that 76, that pretty much held that point for them, because that was dominating that point.
It was a turning point right there. That Sherman came in and switched the map back in Commodore's favour, and then the Tiger came back and did the exact same thing. And that's exactly right, mate. Brad, your thoughts on all of that?
Pretty well the same there. The earlier match, it was held a lot better with sector control and essentially off point and like strong spot domination. But yeah, no, it was just that real slow pace, that creeping up from that Tiger that really just won at the point for the Legion. That really did just win in the match. If that 76 had backed up just a little bit, had stayed alive and just baited them in, or if they had have even marked it and pinged it and known about it beforehand, it would have been completely the other way. But hats off to Legion. That was an amazing game to watch, and I am so happy to see it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Putang, since you've joined us for this one, I'll get some comments off you, mate. What were your thoughts about that?
Just another really intense game. This is only round 2 of 7-round series, and the games are only going to get better. People are learning, and this is crazy. I'm just kind of speechless. It was an incredible game.
There were 2 absolutely brilliant matches tonight. I enjoyed every minute of this, lads. I must admit. There was none of that 15, 20 minutes of, or is anyone coming to fight? It was game on from the very start. Supply trucks full of people thrown at objectives, bullets and bombs everywhere, and contested points for almost the entire match. I love that, and that's absolutely right what you've said there. This competition is really heating up at a great exponential rate. Lads, I want to just thank each of you for being on the panel tonight and supporting this great community event, and my stream, of course, here. Brad, of course, from AAS, thanks very much, mate, and well played tonight, mate. A bit unlucky at the end there for a very hard match for you guys.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to be along. I just hope somebody's clipped me running along with my lunchbox and getting blown up.
Putang's all over that, mate. I have no doubt whatsoever. Putang, same for you, mate. Thanks for supporting us on this, as you always do, with all the background work that you do. And, of course, just unlucky enough tonight, mate, that you guys didn't get up, but it was a brilliant, brilliant match to watch. So thank you for that.
Oh, it was such a close game, and I enjoyed every minute of it, mate. We even flopped out a recon onto an infantry squad. That's how close it was getting.
Very good. And of course, Whiskey, as always, a pleasure to stream with you, mate. You have the big one tomorrow night against OC, and if tonight's competition is anything to go by, I think everybody in both teams should be feeling those butterflies and nervousness tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, yep. Thanks for having us, Noppers, and yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. It should be a cracking game.
All right, so for the punters at home, tomorrow night's battles are a little bit earlier. We've had to shift at one of the battles from 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time to 6 p.m. That means that my stream starts at, well, what is it? 6:30, I guess, isn't it? No, actually 6:15, 18, 15 hours, because I start 15 minutes before the match with a 30-minute delay. So my stream will start at 18:15 hours. For those looking to watch that particular battle, and it'll be 18:15 hours Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, and I'll stream right through for both battles tomorrow night. Lads, ladies and gents, thanks very much for watching. I had a good time tonight. That wraps up our stream, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.